I wanted to talk a little bit about the healing power of touch. My very first IGTV was about Abhyanga, which is one of my favorite uses of touch for healing, for calming, for centering, connecting to your body. But there are more. So, just to give like a brief little background, when I take a pulse, each finger that I use is associated to a different dosha. And so the first finger is Vata, which is air and space. The center finger is Pitta, which is fire and water. And the ring finger is Kapha, which is earth and water. The reason this is important, I'm not going to teach pulse reading because I still have so much to learn about that. But the reason that it's good to know is so that when you do touch the different Marma points we're going to talk about today, you're choosing which finger to help work through whatever imbalance you're experiencing. So say I had like a head cold and a really stuffy nose, I would probably use either air and space or fire and water to work with that, because it's going to transfer some of those properties into the touch. I wouldn't use the earth and water finger because that's what I have too much of in my body. So starting to make a little sense. So some of the Marma points we often do naturally. So if you are grinding your teeth, you might go for these points at the jaw and give a little massage into this space. Again, I usually don't use the earth and water finger for this. I'll use fire and water, air and space to kind of massage those muscles. These places help promote acceptance, calming. It helps actually with anti-aging a little bit back here. So this is the first one, just behind the area of the jaw. The next one I like to talk about are actually two. There's one just above the cheekbone in the center and just below the cheekbone in the center. The one above, like I just mentioned, is really great for sinus congestion. And so you can just press in here, hold a little bit. And then right below actually helps with lethargy. So I probably would use my fire finger here. Poke in and up slightly. And take a few full breaths just below. The last one in terms of Marma points that you may have heard of is the third eye. So I usually go for the earth and water finger for this just because it can be grounding. This point connects to the pituitary gland, and it also helps relieve toxins in the body. Everybody's is a little bit different in location, so as you feel, you'll kind of notice and be like, oh, that's it. I notice that my body stimulates to that place or reacts differently. And you can take a few breaths into that to clear the toxins of the body. So these are just a few of like many Marma points. And again, continual learning. I still have so much to learn about these. These are just a few that I use and offer. There is one more thing I wanted to show you, which looks a little silly on like a camera, but it helps so much with anxiety, and especially with these hot summer days, we can start to feel like there's too much going on. And so this is just a sensory deprivation. I mean, you might have heard of those like tanks that you can put yourself in. I actually haven't done that yet. But it's a way to feel at peace and to feel like what is going on for me inside right now without all of this external stimulation. So what this looks like is I'm going to block my ears, mouth, nose, eyes, and then just let this figure rest at the top. I'm going to push in for like a few breaths just to close everything off. Here we go. And then as you come back, the eyes might feel a little weird. You can take a deep breath. And I already feel like more calm, less anxious. So yeah, those are a few tricks and tips you can try. Remembering first finger is air and space, second is fire and water, third is earth and water. And you can work with these various points. There's even one above and below. All of these you can look up, or you can try acupuncture. I'm huge cross pollination recommendationer for other holistic practices. Acupuncture works with all of these points, but throughout the entire body and system, and it's really incredible. Um, so, yeah, just a little recap, remembering that your own capacities, your touch, smell, sight, taste, hearing, all of these are ways to heal yourself, bring yourself back into balance. And so, the more that you can learn about what you can do for yourself, the more ways you can balance before serious illness or imbalance takes place. All right, feel free to hit me up with any questions, comments, thoughts, information that you know that I missed. I just love crossing about this stuff and talking about it. So enjoy. I hope that was helpful.